All right, brother.
Dale, bro. Be easy, man. So I have the amazing pleasure to be with homeboy Rupes, and he's taking me a cruise. We're driving to Kdaddy's house in his gorgeous Riviera. Rupes, I appreciate you being
No problem,
an
man.
A1 Uber, bro.
Hey, man, I just got licensed for Uber, so you're like my legit first ride right here, baby.
Dude, the car is gorgeous. I've loved this since day one. What was your motivation on this, man? Like, you got some really... I know Kyle did it for you, Kdaddy painted it, but you were very particular with everything on this car and how it had to lay out.
I gotta be the dumbest guy in the world because I took one of the baddest painters in the world and micromanaged the shit out of him. Like, nope, not that color. Nope,
Yeah.
You know, shot down all his bright ideas. I mean, like the running joke amongst a couple of his buddies that I paid him extra for no flames.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Because
You know, all his cars have flames.
Yeah,
you know?
that's his deal.
I had a vision. I kind of knew what I wanted, and it was, you know, I kind of like just got him out of his wheelhouse a little bit, and just made something different. You know, it was the first time in I think 20 something years he hadn't used silver flake and, you know, candied over it. He had always, we ended up using colored flake from you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember when you hit me up for it.
Yeah, middle of the night, and you called me back right away, and I was like, this guy's crazy. Talk about customer service.
I think, and to be honest, on my part, I'm guilty for sometimes being on my phone when I'm not supposed to be on my phone.
Yeah. I think we all are in a way.
Yeah,
You know?
but you hit me up, and I was like, oh, this is a dope, you know, I saw some of the stuff you're doing and this and that, and I was out of curiosity and said, oh, but what's up? Because you were like, how fast, this was your question, was like, how fast can you get me flaky? I was like,
yeah, because we need to spray it by Friday. I think it was like Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I just, you know, we got the flake, sprayed it on, laid down amazing, and Kyle was like, where the fuck did you get this shit? I'm like, Tropical Glitz, man. You know, like, and I mean, it just snowballed from there. As far as, you know, everything else he does, because you guys have so much more product, that now he's like in tune with you guys and everything you guys do, you know?
Yeah.
So it worked out. It worked out pretty amazing, you know. And like, cool to see, like, you know, we got Kevin McCree in our club, Genocide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been a part of your dream team. I think you were saying like for 10 years.
10 years from the beginning. He was a long-time customer, and I didn't start a dream team. You know, it was later on when I was able to give back to the people that supported me, and a lot of them didn't want to do it. Like Kevin was one, is like, nah, bro, I do this to support your son. And I was like, no, but like now I can do this to hook you up.
Yeah.
And but he's been with me since the beginning, dude.
You know, and to get Kyle in there, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, well deserved.
So
What
was crazy is that the way you played down who Kyle was. I didn't know. You're like, oh, hey, he doesn't really have social media, but he's a badass painter.
I mean, in a way, to be honest with you,
but
I didn't really know who he was. I was still learning.
Oh, really?
I mean? Oh, yeah, because, like, you know, you see these, I mean, you know, every painter takes the worst pictures, right?
Okay.
And you see these beautiful cars on Instagram, and you're like, looks cool, but, like, you know, the pictures don't do the cars justice. And you know, I get on him about that all the time. He'd send me a picture of this car when he was painting it, and I'd be like, I'll be there tomorrow. And then, because I thought it was one color, and when in reality it was something completely different. You know what I mean? I thought it was like, no, when in reality it was totally fine. You know, color the bitch. And he's older cat. You know, he has to get with the technology. And
well, when you told me, I checked on his Instagram, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. You know, I really didn't realize until I took your word, and I was like, hey, and I worked with him, and I saw he bought a couple of things and stuff, and I talked to him on the phone, and I said, hey, you know, and he was real cool about everything. And it wasn't until I came a couple years later to Bakersfield to visit him, you know?
Yeah,
I come to Cali for car shows, and I said this story on my YouTube channel, and I started looking at all the posters out of curiosity, because it was like a hot mess, you know, before you remodel.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
mini truck covers for days.
So I see some of these mini trucks, and I'm like, damn, I had this as a kid growing up. And when I realized, I'm like, oh, you used to work at this place. at Cow Concepts or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was one of the partners. I was like, bro, I grew up with your shit in my walls as a kid, and I have your book in my office. That's how I would buy the book to read how to learn custom paint. And that's when I realized, like, holy shit, bro, I still look up to you. And he was like, oh, that's cool. Like, real nonchalant, you know? And now, and he's so humble, man. Like,
oh, so humble. And it's like, I went from, potential customer to friend to homie to family, like, in like a week. You know what I mean? Like, we're just on the same level.
It makes it easy because, honestly, Kdaddy and his wife, Stacy,
just the most amazing people.
Yeah, like,
amazing people.
No lie. And it feels like, they opened up their home and they're like family, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, no lie.
And, and his crew over there is amazing.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Pinga. His real name is Ramon, but everybody calls him Pinga. I'm sure we're gonna blur that out.
I would never call him anything but Pinga.
Yeah.
I remember, man, we were trying to put on the bumpers on this Riviera, and he's like, I got it, just go over there. He didn't want me to see how he did it. And man, he did some little dance and shake of the hips, and next thing I know, I'm like thinking to myself, man, those are pretty rough jeans, and that's fresh chrome.
Yeah,
but
bro.
You gotta trust the guy,
He's a hell of a fucking fabricator.
I get compliments like, how'd you get the bumper to tuck so tight in there? I'm like, I don't know. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
You didn't cut the brackets or anything?
No, that was all original.
Really? That's
all
crazy,
original,
dude.
yeah.
I thought you ended up cutting the brackets and getting it like settled in.
No, that's just Pinga doing what Pinga does, man.
Nah, you gotta give him credit, bro. So, how long did it take Kdaddy to like get you right on this car? Did this car need a lot of body work when you?
It needed some love. I got really screwed over by the previous body shop.
Okay.
I mean? So it needed some love. That took like a month. It didn't need a lot. It just needed to be like, just kind of dialed in, so to speak. They just left out a lot of details, and between him and Pinga and Kurt, they got it dialed. Once he started laying tape. I think it took him like, I was coming up here every time he was laying tape or spraying, and so he'd do it like once a week, and I think maybe 6 days over the course of like 2 months, because it was when I could get a day off work or whatever.
So every time he was laying out a graphic, you were here?
He called me, he'd be like, hey, I'm working on your car tomorrow, and I'd be okay, and I would come up the next day.
Well, it's pretty cool is that, and he's a very seasoned painter. He didn't have to do that. He was like, hey, I'm a painter.
No,
I'm gonna do it my way. Like,
I'm friends with amazing painters that are on your dream team that it probably would have kicked me out the damn door. You know what I mean? But dude, I think we just enjoy each other's company. I found the key to his heart, which is Crown Royal and cigars.
Oh, that's true. That's a fact.
Just come a little bit of Crown Royal and cigars, and he ain't gonna turn you away.
He needs to be. He does. What he needs to do is not be sponsored by Tropical Glitz. He needs to be sponsored by Crown Royal.
Yeah. But yeah, it just he banged it out really very fast, and then unfortunately, COVID hit.
Yeah.
The world kind of shut down. And we were all good. He was good, but the pinstriper kind of took a sweet time, and then a couple months later we ended up dragging it. No, I take that back. I was pretty much ready to come home, and then I told him, hey, I got a new motor coming. He's like, who's building the motor? And I told him. He looks up his Instagram, and he calls me back, and he's like, hey, man, your engine bay is a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just going to pull everything out, pressure wash it real quick, and flat black it. And he was like, nah. And he's like, we're going to paint it. We're going to pattern it all out and all this, typical Kdaddy.
Yeah.
At this point, nothing against him. I've got nothing but great service, but my car's been away from home for like 2 years.
You're getting homesick. Like, you wanted it.
We just need like one more round to clear and a cut and buff, and it's ready to start putting it together, because it was down to bare bones. And he basically told me no. He's like, your car's not leaving here, especially if that guy's building your motor, which was Nailhead Matt. Got you get a regular motor from him, and it's a show motor.
Well, I remember you were sending me pictures, and you're like, "Don't share." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not gonna share." But the work, the pictures that you were sending me, the motor is a piece of jewelry, man.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Like, it was gorgeous. Or it is gorgeous.
And so, it was part of me like I didn't have any extra more money to spend. I was kind of like I had a budget when I built this car. Did
you pass this budget by a lot?
No. Oh, really? I as far as like well, yeah, as far as paint goes, I did because I paid for 2 paint jobs. The original one that the body shop screwed up, and then obviously I paid Kyle, right? And then I kind of just had like a heart to heart with him, like, look, man, I kind of want the car home, and 2, like, I really can't afford it. He was like, look, I ain't letting the car leave here. We'll figure it out, but it's getting done.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, like, we're pulling the motor out. And I had to give in. The guy's got my car. What's he gonna do? He gonna let me leave with it.
Yeah.
And so, it all worked out. Engine bay got painted, beautiful. Original nail head went back in it. Didn't do the LS route.
I'm glad you didn't because it keeps the car. It gives that car the character. I see so many nail heads. I mean, so many LS. It's nice to see. Like it's like when you look at a old school car, and you find it with a flat head.
Yep.
You're like, damn, you still kept the flat head in it,
And that's like one of the biggest compliments I got is that you kept the nail head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's, it's everybody knows it's one of the most beautiful motors,
It is, dude.
And so we ended up getting it back from him. That delayed some things, because like you said, my engine bay was just horrible. I got the car from the original owner. There was oil. It was just cake. It took Kurt a day to pressure wash the thing.
That bad?
A whole day of pressure washing.
Wow.
Just to get all the gunk and grime out of there, and so Kyle could step in and do what he do, and we got it, everything worked out, and I remember I got it home, super excited. I took the week off of work. It was between Christmas and New Year. I'm gonna put the motor in. I'm gonna start putting it together. And one of my closest friends, Ralphie, the wire wizard, he was gonna wire the car because when it comes to wiring, he's the man. And he came over and crushed my dreams and said, hey, we're not putting the motor in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I gotta hide all the wires first. He goes, I want this motor to look Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah.
So we got rid of all the wire. Like, you don't see any wire. You see 2 battery cables going into a hole, and that's it. And then, me and Ralphie, he was really only supposed to wire the car, and he won't admit it if you ask him, but me and him built this car from the ground up the summer of 21. Yeah, summer of 21. Finished it the night before Ventura Nationals. If it wasn't for him, this car wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to Ralphie because he came to wire it and got stuck building the whole thing.
Really? Yeah, but that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And your attention for detail is phenomenal. I know you like you said, you micromanage Kyle.
Yep.
Kdaddy. But you did everything brand new. The wood insert here, I'm looking at it, the interior, the stitching.
It took us a day to cut out the wood inserts on the.
And I'm gonna show everybody here. Look how
it took us a day, because we wanted it to all be like book match. So this side matches that side. Don't mind the wind wing thing. It fell off. I gotta put it back on.
Don't even worry.
I wanted to look like if you looked at one side and you looked at the other, they look the same. It's not plastic. This is real wood. This is from the rainforest. I don't know, some southern country below where you're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just.
I think the sheet of wood cost $4,000.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't pay that. My wife would have killed me. I think my friends would have killed me. I ended up getting like a remnant sheet that just had enough that they couldn't sell, that had enough to make what I needed to make.
Yeah.
People find it hard to believe, but like the length of the diamond and all the stitching on the interior, like I measured it out, drew them. Okay, this is how I want the diamonds. I didn't want them just to draw random diamonds. I called out the length on the diamond,
That's crazy, bro. But it ties in. What I like about it, it's not because you did it so.
It's not a sideways
out.
square.
Yeah.
You know, it's a diamond.
It's a diamond, and it's very period correct to that whole atomic vibe too.
Yeah, we wanted this. You know, our club Genocide is we build 70s style lowriders, and you know, I'll be honest, I built a little bit more of a modern style interior, but I'm old. I got a bad back, and I want to be comfortable.
But it's
you know, it's pretty close.
What's the fact that it's modern? It doesn't have headrests.
No, it's the reason why I feel like it's modern
like
is
little
it's
bucket seats.
the little extra side bolstering.
Yeah.
You know,
the little bucket seat part.
And you know, it keeps me in the seat. It keeps my back happy. You know,
you gotta also enjoy the car, but the car's killer, dude. You know,
you're gonna drive a car like this, you gotta be comfortable. You know,
the car's killer because one of the things when I saw this car, I just loved. It had so much white still on the car. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my dream was I wanted a white Riviera with black interior.
Okay.
When I bought this car from the original owner, it wasn't about who he was selling it to. It was about what was going to happen to the car. And he asked me, I remember him asking me, he's like, do you mind if I talk to your wife for a minute? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't know what she's going to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he asked her, well, what's his plans for the car? And she's like, I don't know. He wanted a white Riviera with black interior. This is a white Riviera with black interior. So other than fix what's wrong with it, I don't know what he's gonna do. And that like sold it to him.
Really?
You know, it really like that was like the.
What, did he think you were gonna try to make it into a lowrider?
He didn't want me to like, you know, buy it and flip it, you know, just to flip it or something.
I got
fix up, flip it, make money. He wanted it to go to somewhere where, you know, he was the original owner. His kids were born in this car. He met his wife in this car.
So, okay, I got you.
You know, so he wanted it to go somewhere where it was going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still talk to him to this day.
That was my next question. I was going to say, do you still, like, reach out to him or talk to him?
Like, so the car got wrecked, and a lot of people don't know, but, like, pretty much every body panel, but let's see. The roof and the trunk and the roof, trunk, and passenger side quarter panel were the only things that didn't get replaced.
Really?
And I mean, it took me 3 cars to build this one.
I was gonna tell you because there's no aftermarket parts. You gotta buy parts cards.
So I remember when it got wrecked, I went out and took the insurance money and bought another Rivi. I was gonna take all the cool stuff off of this one, and I was gonna take all the cool stuff off of this one and bolt it on that. My family had like a.
Is it here?
I think the next one.
Yeah, it's the next one.
My family had like an intervention, like I was on drugs or something.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, look, can you fix that one? Yeah, it can be fixed. It's just time and money.
It's this one right here.
Yeah, it's this one. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll fix this one, because they knew, you know, how special this car. I know every cent that was spent on this car.
Now,
I know every person that's driven this car.
Are you a big Rivi fan? Like,
I've wanted one since I was 18.
Okay, and that was my question to ask you because like I'm a big Monte Carlo guy.
Yeah.
If you're like,
we talked about it earlier. I gave you a little rash for that one.
But I like all the generations, dude. If you tell me, I go, bro. One of my things I want to own one car, like each generation body style. You know.
Yep.
So. But it's like
no, I was very specific. I wanted a white Riviera with black interior. I had a girlfriend when I was like 16. Her brother had one.
Mm-hmm.
I got to drive it a couple times. I'm like, man, this is the shit. This is the car. You know, it's a car that I felt was custom from the factory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you needed to get rid of the door handles and some molding, but you know, it was custom.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice luxury car, a luxury sedan.
It was supposed to be Cadillac's sports car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then Cadillac was like, no, we don't want to build that car. And then I think Buick, you know, being the bottom of the barrel at the times, we'll take it. You know, we'll take that design, and they ended up doing their deal.
That's dope, bro.
I just felt like this is like luxury in here. You know what I mean? It's
power
everything. You know, and because of Ralphie, everything works. You know, all the power works everywhere.
That's awesome, bro. No, but you built a hell of a car, to be honest.
Me and Ralphie tried, man. You know, the response it's gotten online just kind of blows my mind. You know, like, because at the end of the day, And I think the most important part when you're building a car is, if you're building a car to appease other people, it's not gonna get the love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I built my dream and my dumb ideas, you know, and luckily everybody liked it, you know.
You have Rupe. I'm a really picky guy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you have amazing taste, dude. Like, no lie.
We got lucky. You know what I mean? Like,
really good taste, dude.
I can't wait to build the next one. And hopefully, I mean, honestly, I don't even care if it's a home run, you know, or not, because I'm just gonna build. I got to build my dream, right?
Yeah.
And I'll get a little emotional, but I was raised by my dad. I didn't have a mom growing up. I was raised by my dad, and his dream car was a '56 Chevy Nomad.
We talked about it.
Yep.
We talked
and
about it before.
I would sell this car. It would be the only reason why I would sell this car is so that I could build the Nomad, because that was his dream. And I know everything he'd want to do to it. Yeah, I'm going to do some of my own stuff too, because I didn't, you know, I don't think he'd have put hydraulics on it. Let's be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it had a surfboard rack, you know, so I want to build one. I want to build it all his favorite wild colors that he used to love, you know. And we already got the name picked out because it was his nickname in high school and college for wrestling. Was Magilla Gorilla.
Oh.
Gorilla, you can call your own. A gorilla moving with you when you're all alone. This is the Magilla Gorilla Show.
Oh, that's dope.
The little gorilla, the cartoon.
Yeah,
that was his nickname. That's what they called him, you know. And
bro,
so I already got the name. I already got the car, you know, but you know, Nomads ain't cheap.
No, man.
No, you even a Junkers cost 3 times what I paid for this thing, you know. And so one day it'll happen.
It's a popular car, but if you do that, and the same way you had a little cartoon painted in the back.
Oh yeah.
If you do the same thing, bro, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have everybody that helped or was a part of this car, you know, became family.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm grateful because you call me up, I call you,
and
we're back and forth. And honestly, I'll be honest, you're a fucking really easy guy to talk to, bro. You don't fucking you don't really pull punches. You don't sugarcoat.
No.
Like, you're pretty straight up. But
I don't even know why you like me. I don't even paint anything. I'm not allowed.
Matter.
I'm not even allowed.
I don't have to. But I don't have to like people because they're painters.
No.
I know what you're saying. You're breaking my balls, but I tell people,
I'm a wrench. I'm the guy that ruins the paint job, but scratches it. You know?
Fuck it, bro. But you're cool, bro. I like people. I'm in the business, so and I really do believe this. I'm not in the business of paint. I'm in the business of people, because paint is just the tool, right?
Yep.
People have a story. Every car has a story. So you come to me, you tell me, hey, I want to do this because of this and this and that, and I'm here to listen to it and say, hey, I think we can make it for you. The paint is just a vehicle, but I'm really in that business.
Oh yeah, and like you just mixed up some custom stuff that no one else could do for us, and
I try to have fun. I'm not perfect. That's why I always send you 4 or 5 samples because you give me an idea and you give me a reference, but I live in Miami, you're fucking in Cali, I'm on the other side.
And let's be real, phone to phone, you lose quality, and you lose translation, and
totally.
I mean, look, we're sitting here, we're in front of Kdaddy's house, we just got here, and look at this flake just popping off the hood right now,
bro. Well,
literally, if something ever happened to this car,
but Kdaddy also,
I would hope that the rear gets hit, because this hood, the way he, that spear part of the hood, it's funny because I wanted to keep the original molding there. It had like a little bullseye thing, right? I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I shaved all the moldings, but I wanted to keep that one. And my wife called me an idiot.
All right.
And then when I was the first person to tell, I'm gonna get rid of all of them. I'm gonna keep this. Why? Why would you get rid of all of them and keep this? That's stupid. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody else thought the same thing. And my wife's the furthest from a car person, And but like the way it's got the flake just sparkles off of that spear part of the hood, I would hang this hood in my garage or in my living room,
forever.
A
lot of the lowrider guys do that when the Candy Factory, all these famous painters that don't exist because they passed away.
Yep.
These guys will hang hoods or trunk pieces as art. in the shop. Be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is Mario Gomez's last paint job. Or,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I was involved in the racing deal. And we'd get a car. Back then we painted all the race cars. They're all custom. And we'd wreck a car and we'd cut off the good side and it would go up on the wall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And no, totally. But like this hood, it's just and it's the one thing I stare at the most when I'm driving this deal. You know what I mean? So, I feel like, luckily, I own the rights to this car, which means if something, God forbid, happens to it, like it's mine to keep. Like it doesn't go to insurance, go to an auction or whatever. Like, I was able to broker that deal with my insurance. So like that hood's coming off and going in the living room. I don't care what the wife says. Like. We're gonna figure something out. It's going to the living room somewhere cool. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, dude. I mean, Rupes, I fucking appreciate you like crazy.
Anytime, man. I appreciate it.
Love you, bro. I mean, thank
love
you.
you every time you make the trip out to California.
You guys show me so much love. I gotta get you and the wife out to Florida.
Man, it's funny. Like we get invited to a lot of places. But you guys have the beaches.
Yeah, we do.
And the minute she hears, there's a beach and it's hot, she's sold.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You should come, bro. Listen, you know what? You guys should take up the offer when Kyle and Stacy come down. They're going to go to the Keys. You guys should try to plan something, just a little getaway, bro.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
It's a whole different animal down there. You know
but she's like, you don't understand. Like,
and
she'll be at the beach from like sunrise to sunset. She will turn herself into a literal lobster and just freaking love it.
She'll enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
John Boy.
Me and I'm like,
John Boy's getting down with it.
Look at John Boy.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, that thing it hits, bro.
Got a big old loud stereo.
I know.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes, sir?
Do you have any raisin
No, I hate mustard. Honestly, I really do.
That's why you don't got boats.
Oh, bro.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, definitely want to make it out there. Never been to Florida, so
you have a good time, bro. And you eat good. You eat good, and you have a good time.
Man, that's part of the problem. I'm trying to get skinny. You can't send me back when.
Aye, bro.
That's why I haven't gone to Italy yet. Because I know when I go to Italy, I'm gonna come back like 20 pounds.
You're gonna carb up like crazy.
I'm gonna eat so much pasta.
Dude.
Even my wife is like, I would have to be like anorexic for like 2 weeks and then go to
Italy.
To Italy. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
So,
dude, if people had to find you, I know your Instagram, but we're gonna put this on. If people had to find you on social media, what is your handle on Instagram and Facebook?
It's let's see, Instagram, it's Rupes Rivi. Pretty self-explanatory. RUPESRIVI, I think. I don't know.
Don't worry, my guy will edit it.
Yeah, and I think if you there, you can probably find my Facebook through there. If not, I think it's just Rupert and then my last name Carollo. And then you could always find me on our car club page or at the Pink Motel on the 31st of May.
Oh, what car club are you part of, bro?
So I'm with Genocide Los Angeles. We're a 70s style lowrider club, and we throw a 70s style lowrider show at the legendary Pink Motel